Hi, it's Andy Hayes here from andyhayes.com, and this is my first video blog interview discussion thingy. I'm absolutely terrified, but we'll try our best and see how this goes. So, I am sitting on the floor in my new flat apartment here in Seattle. I would show you around, but there's not really much to show. Um, And well, it was just, I've been trying to do this for ages, so I decided I would just do it. So my laptop's sitting on a box. So with that, I can sit here and talk to you. And so I'm not sure what to call this show. I thought about giving it a name, and then I thought, nah, we'll just skip that part for now. But I have five key things that I want to talk to you about in each one of these episodes. The first one is what I'm listening to, what kind of music that's playing. The second is what I'm reading. The third is people that I'm watching, so people that I'm looking up to right now, and people that are doing some interesting things that I think you should know about. The fourth is what I'm working on, if it's anything that you might find something to keep in touch with. And then lastly, every episode, I want to leave you with some sort of tip or something to think about. And so today is the fire episode. So today we're going to talk about fire. So, firstly, what am I listening to? Well, I have Spotify, which isn't available in the US, but I have a premium account, so I can listen to it anywhere. So I can listen to all the new tracks and tunes. And what I'm listening to right now, I really love it. It's the new album from Scissor Sisters called Nightwork. It's a little more disco-y and kind of workout gym music than their last album, but it's really good to do articles too and just to jazz up your morning. So definitely check that out. Secondly, what am I reading? Well, I've just finished a fantastic book by Lisa Gansky called The Mesh. And what the mesh is Lisa's terminology to describe the phenomena of how online businesses are eroding and changing marketplaces. So Amazon is the classic example where you used to have a mom and pop bookstore and now you just go to Amazon because you don't have to go anywhere else. And there's so much functionality and improvements that make the buying process on Amazon a lot nicer in some ways than uh, being in a real bookstore. So now the reason why I want to suggest to you to read The Mesh is, for one, if you're an entrepreneur and you're thinking about launching a business, a mesh business is a great business to be in. Uh, Now that's not to say it's easy to find one. But secondly, actually, I really enjoyed the book, The Mesh, because it has a lot of websites I'd never heard of, places that I actually think for me as a consumer would be an interesting business to have in my life. So there's a whole directory of things um, that she's got in there for the mesh. So I really highly suggest that you check that out, and I'll just put the link there on the video call notes. So third, who am I watching? Well, I just want to pay a special call out to my friend Chris Guillebeau from chrisguillebeau.com. He has just finished a book, and I've just gotten my copy yesterday, so that'll be what I'll be reading next. And he's doing what he calls the unconventional book tour. Most book authors don't really tour anymore, but it's so awesome that Chris has said, you know what, my people are what's important to me, so I'm going to just book tour. So he's visiting every single U.S. state, every single Canadian province, and I suspect he'll probably go on to visit some other places too. And it just shows a commitment like nobody has seen to making his community awesome. So I'm really looking forward to that. Also, I'll be going to Chris's World Domination Summit, which is in Portland next year, and I'll put the link up for that as well. That looks to be a pretty amazing conference. I have to say, if your conference includes food cart tours as part of the agenda, then you're doing the right thing. So I will definitely be there. It's going to sell out 100% for sure, so if you're thinking about that, you might want to just get a ticket anyhow. Fourth thing, what am I working on? Well, I've just hired two new people. Craig from Scotland who has just come on board to help us out with graphics design and thesis WordPress Ninja awesome stuff. Thank you so much, Chris, for being so helpful. We also have Mari on board, who is our super secret Ninja SEO secret scary person. So she's behind the scenes doing some things for us. So that's fantastic. Makes my life so much easier. Right now, I'm trying to work on getting some new features rolled out for sharing travel experiences. We're trying to freshen up the magazine and really take a hard look at what kinds of content we can offer that nobody else is. And so I think there's be some cool stuff there. And, drum roll please, the last thing I want to leave you with is the thought or the topic that I'm going to have at the end of every little chat we have. And today's topic is fire. So what do I mean by fire? So, as you know, as I alluded to earlier, I've just moved countries, which is daunting to say the least. And one thing I was thinking about before I left was I felt like I had a lot of dead wood in my life and in my business. And I asked myself the question, if my life and my business burnt down tonight, would I rebuild it back the same way tomorrow? In a lot of cases, my answer to that question was no. But I have control over my life and I have control over my business, so why do I have something that isn't the way I want it to be? So I've made a lot of changes and killed some projects and changed some things that I'm doing to improve that. And I would encourage you to do the same. Mother Nature is a big fan of fire. As we know, there's a lot of natural phenomena where fire is essential to the health and the quality of, say, a forest or an ecosystem. And a lot of people are afraid of fire. We think that fire is a bad thing, and fire isn't a bad thing. So if you don't want to think about it as fire, that's okay, but I want you to ask yourself the question, if you had to start from scratch, knowing what you know now, would you do it differently? And if you would, and almost invariably a lot of things would change, but what can you do now to get back to the point where you would be if you started over? It's a good question to ask yourself, and you may not like the answer, but it's a question worth asking. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, and please leave a comment below and tell me how ridiculous this was, if you like the topics and suggestions for improvement for next time. Otherwise, I will see you some other day here at andyhayes.com. Bye.